Yes, sir.
How was Chicago as an audience?
Your best.
So I have a question for you. Volume? Can you hear me now? Alright, thank you. So I have a question for you. Do you ever think to yourself, next time I'm just going to make a nice, quiet family? Not too many extras.
Should I?
Okay, there's your So how does it feel to see RRR get such a warm reception abroad?
Of course, it's absolutely amazing, but I should be really truthful. It was completely unexpected.
Yeah.
I essentially make movies for Indian audience in India and across the globe. But when the appreciation started flowing from all across the world, and especially from US, from the Americans, I was totally blown away.
Yeah.
As a team, we can't be more happier. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Did you see, was it on social media? How did you first know, like, oh, this is doing well in America?
Yeah, it was on social media. So initially when the appreciation started coming in, we thought, okay, this might be the friends of the Indians who were then the tens turns into hundreds and hundreds turned into thousands. Then the appreciation started coming from the critics, from the reviewers, from the celebrities, directors, actors, story writers, from all over, all.
I'm going to hand you my microphone. This.
Then we realized, okay, we have done something more. But essentially it was on the social media, yes.
Has this movie played in England? What are the
It did really well.
There are many film industries in India. Most people in America know Bollywood, but this film was made in the Telugu language. And are there, if you could just, for the audience, just a little bit, what are the things that are similar across all Indian films, and is there anything that is special to Telugu filmmaking?
Yeah, in India we have many languages spoken. Different states. And we have the biggest film industry for a long time was the Hindi film industry, which is known popularly as Bollywood. Close on its heels are Telugu film industry, Tamil film industry, Kannada film industry, Malayalam film industry. There are many film industries. Essentially, what the common thing in all the Indian films is that we try to incorporate stories which cater to everyone. Like the whole family can come and watch the film, and there will be something in the film for the kids, for the elders, for the youngsters, for the ladies. No? Yeah, so that's how Indian stories have been for a long time. And what is essentially special about Telugu films is that for a long time we take a lot of inspiration from mythology. That is especially you can see a lot in Telugu films.
Yeah, I think even your films that aren't based on, specific myths, there's this epic, mythic quality. Do you think there's any parallels between that and like American superhero? Because like Raju and Beam in this are kind of superheroes.
Yeah, they are normal human beings, but driven by a strong emotion. And when a human being is driven by a strong emotion, he is capable of doing superhuman things. So yes, you can see like in the many Western movies there is a superhero who does this kind of things, but he essentially has a superpower. The same kind of things I do in my films, but he doesn't have any superpower. But like I said, he's driven by that emotion.
Yeah.
So for me, it is very essential to make my characters rooted in emotion, that makes them grounded, that makes those characters relatable to us. Like if Bean can throw a motorcycle, he can kick the motorcycle and make it fly, but he can be absolutely tongue-tied in front of a girl. That's the kind of thing I think I try to make it unique in my films.
Great. So are you an animal lover?
Absolutely. I love all animals. I'm a big animal lover. I have 4 pets at my home. Whenever the animals come to the shoot, I spend a lot of time with them, with horses, everything, cows, buffaloes, anything.
So, but in this film, it's a combination of CGI animals and there were actual animals on the set?
No. So, Indian regulations absolutely prohibit filmmakers from dealing with any kind of wild animals. We have to do it with CGI. There is one exception for elephant. Elephant can be used. So in my previous film, we brought an elephant. There are not many shots with CGI, but this elephant for in Bahubali. Yeah. So when the elephant was bought, I observed that there is a metal clamp on the leg, which is loose, not tight. Okay, that's fine. An animal not to run away or something. Then one day I went to feed bananas to the elephant. Then I noticed that in the iron clamp there were metal thorns facing inside.
Oh.
So I thought, okay, this is the last time I'm going to use real animals in the film.
So that kind of leads me to a question where I feel like a lot of times in the West, when we talk about action films, this kind of thing, there's this idea that practical effects, like doing it with people on the set, is better. But you embrace the use of CGI in your films. What's your philosophy on that, and how has it evolved with the technology over your career?
Given a chance, I had 2 great VFX supervisors throughout my career, Kamal Kannan and Srinivas Mohan, and they guided me doing visual effects in a better way. And they taught me from the beginning, like, if you want to do something good, try to avoid VFX. Try to do it on the shoot itself, on the set itself. We try to do that. There are many instances where we try to do practical effects on the shoot. For example, the rescue scene of the boy, on the train, the bridge, the blast, the tanker blast, everything.
Really?
At least 90% of them were miniature. Miniatures, and a couple of shots we did the tankers also. Very little CGI involved in that.
Yeah.
But in India, in a very short period of time, we developed the VFX industry in a beautiful manner. There are many studios, many artists who can do fantastic CGI. But somehow, for some reason, the special effects hasn't evolved as much as the VFX industry. So that's the reason why I go more for VFX rather than SFX.
Well, I think the VFX in this film are fantastic. So that really leads me to a question. When you're shooting a big crowd scene, let's say the scene at the beginning of the film where we're introduced to Ram Charan's character, Raju, and there's that big pile of people, a huge crowd of people outside the police station. How many extras are you actually using for something like that?
The minimum, we shot the scene for, I forgot, maybe 20 days or something.
Wow!
Definitely more than 20. The minimum number of extras we had were 600 to 700. And there were days, I think about 5 to 6 days, we must have used 2,000.
What are the specific challenges of staging a musical number versus an action scene, and what do they have in common?
I mean, production-wise, there is absolutely no difference. It is the same thing. Essentially, it is a choreography, whether it's dance or fight. There are people involved. There are techniques involved, and we have to give some kind of emotion to the audience through that choreography. So there is not much difference. Only thing when Natu Natu happened was, we knew we had to get a fantastic number there. I wanted both the actors to perform exactly the same way.
Okay.
So that, and also the step has to be, should look brilliant, but it shouldn't be so hard that, because I wanted everyone to imitate that.
Yeah.
I wanted people to make reels of that step and put it forward. So my choreographer, Prem Rakshit, he composed, for the 3 signature steps, he composed more than 100 variations.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Someday I want to release those things. So people know how hard they worked. And every, about 20 variations, his assistants would change because their knees were gone.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And so he had 4 or 5 sets of assistants who were continuously doing that, and he got 3. And just before the shoot, I got sick, and Tarak got sick, and we shot the sequence in Ukraine, Kiev, at that time, and the war was not happening at that time, obviously.
Sure.
And of all the locations, there is one location which I like, and they said it is the presidential palace. That's what you saw in the film. But we were given the permission. Everything was set. I fell sick, Tarak fell sick, and the time was coming closer. But still, Tarak, he's a fantastic dancer. He didn't need to practice too much. But he had to practice because he had to do exactly like how Sharan was doing. So that took a lot of practice. And every day after shoot, 12 hours of shoot, we used to go back to the hotel and practice for another 2-3 hours for the next day shoot. So it was very, very hard.
And how many days was that?
I mean, the song we shot for 15 days, but the whole
Wait,
video.
so they were dancing for 12 hours a day for 15 days?
Yes.
And they didn't come to you and say, I'm sorry, I have to quit the movie?
I mean, they came to me and said many other things except that.
Yeah, because I can only imagine, you're 6 hours in and they're dancing, and then you're like, one more take. So, were you familiar with the term bromance before you?
I'm familiar, even though I don't exactly understand the word. For me, it is friendship, essentially a friendship to a level where one would sacrifice his life for the other.
Yeah, that's kind of what we have in this movie. Yeah, it's basically a term that means, it's like friendship between men that is like very, you would die for each other. Like you're in a relationship, but it's, platonic. You're just friends, but you're very loyal to each other. And I think, I heard a lot of people use the word bromance to describe the friendship in this movie. What do you think about the friendship in this movie, like, really appeals to people? Is it that they're opposites, or that they're very loyal, or what do you think people really are taken with the character's friendship?
I think the friendship between men has become quite a taboo nowadays. It was not like that in our younger days. Friendship was between men was a beautiful thing. But I think in the hearts, everyone knew that, and once it was shown on the screen unapologetically, I think people loved it.
Oh, like it gave people permission to be like, yeah, I love my friends too.
Absolutely. Yes.
Have you seen the Halloween costumes that people have done based on this film?
Yes.
If you all haven't seen it, there was one pretty great costume where one friend dressed as Raju and another Beam, and there's this video of them their friends are throwing stuffed animals. What do you think about that?
I mean, when you love a movie or when you love the characters or the scenes, people tend to show it out. The easiest way is the social media where they talk about it, and if the images or the emotions stay with them longer, then they go wear those kind of costumes or do this kind of stuff. It is expressing the love for the movie, which is absolutely amazing and really fulfilling for us as a director and the team.
Yeah, have the stars of the movie, they know how well it's going abroad and all that kind of stuff?
Of course, they feel very sad that they are not able to come. There are other commitments. They are into other shooting up.
Yeah, they're probably shooting
the next movies. Of course, I share the stories. I don't need to share. They're all over the social media. They see and feel very bad that they are not able to be here.
Yeah. So that actually brings me to something that people might not know. So the title RRR kind of means different things in different areas, right? Okay, he's laughing, he knows what I'm gonna say. So the subtitle, in English is Rise, Roar, Revolt, and in different countries it's kind of variations on that. But what did it originally stand for?
So when we decided, Tarak, Charan, me, and decided that we are going to do a movie together, and we announced that we didn't have a title for the movie. So for the ease of communication, we as a working title, we just put it as #RRR, which is like Rajmouli, Ramarao, and Ramcharan. So that got caught on. People thought that was the title. And we had to say, and we said, no, that's not the title. But the fans and audience have already fixed in their mind that is the title. They started referring it as RRR. Then we had to, okay, so what do we do? It's already popular. It's already popular title. So what should we do then? We said, okay, let's run a contest to the people, to the fans, saying that expand RRR, whichever is the best way. Plus, we will keep that as a title. But essentially, we made RRR as title, and also because it's easy because in different languages. In India itself, the film is dubbed into 5 languages. Then it will travel across the world into different languages. We thought, okay, that's also a good thing. It's a blessing in disguise having RRR is easy for everyone. So that's the story behind it.
It worked out. So I just have one more question for you. So will there be an RRR 2?
Yeah, I would absolutely love to do that. I mean, I can't reveal many details about it, but my father is the story writer for all my films in RRR. We discussed a bit about it, and he's working on the story.
Hey. Well, we just want to thank you so much for coming to Chicago. This is the first time.
Thank you.